Why, hello there, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and just like every day, the Wolfman is successful, and I bet something crazy and lose. How was your day, Wolfie?
I won all three of my picks, and so I won like $72 or something like that.
Yeah, very, very, very patient, penitent man. Does not wager what one would consider a tremendous amount of money, but likes low variance. That's his thing. He wants to find teams that are probably going to win and likes to throw a few of them together. And yesterday they all won, including the Yankees coming back late and not winning the second game. So you did get lucky yesterday with the Yankees. And I can't remember where that pick was in the algorithm yesterday, but I think the algorithm had a pretty good day. I saw Carlos's version. It looked like it was a positive day up top. I know that all my underdogs lost except Colorado. Everything I bet lost, including Detroit almost covering and doing something interesting against Seattle. Miami almost coming back, having the bases loaded in the eighth down one and not being able to solve Atlanta. Minnesota never had a chance. Philly never had a chance. Those, I think, were games that did matter. The Houston maybe mattered. I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about today. People want to hear what you have to say. I have updated pretty much what I can. A lot of games don't have lines, and it's because we don't know pitching matchups. We don't know why. There's a Mets, Washington, a San Diego, San Francisco, Atlanta, Miami, all have no lines. St. Louis, Pittsburgh, no line. Toronto, Baltimore, no line. So what's left are other games you could wager right now, which I guess we should talk about those because those have lines. Number one at the top is the Dodgers over Colorado at minus 303. What do you do with that? Nothing.
They're on like my maybe list. I've got a couple other games that I like more than that one, but the fact that the Dodgers have lost the last two to the Rockies and they have Kershaw pitching tonight makes me want to pick them, but that is an awful line. So I don't know if there's like a -1.5 line that's available that might be better.
Game does not matter, I'm pretty sure, at all. So I think it can't matter. So why would it matter? I think I'm just going to take the plus 275 because I know how this works. And they won two in a row. They might sweep. And like I said, the Dodgers will lose games at ridiculous lines for no reason all the time. So I'm just flat taking Colorado. It won last night. It was the only one that won. That's fine. This is my throwaway like $50 bet because I won, over $1,000 last night on hockey games. So I'm definitely going to throw $50 on more craziness today. That's the way I look at it, but not a lot. Like some people, I'll tell you what, you're not doing it right if you win $1,000 in a night and then you turn around and bet 1,000 on something like this in one fall swoop the next day. I don't think that's smart. If you make 10 times your average wager in one day, I think you should continue to bet your average wager every day. I think that's the way you do this. That's my way of mitigating variance when it comes to bankroll. You don't set yourself up for enough big money wins. And so I feel like you go through a bad run of a week or two and you hate your life because you're like, oh my God, I lost 5 out of 7 days. My bankroll just keeps going down. And it takes me so long to earn that back that's why I don't like the way you do it. It's not fun enough for me. But you're going to win more every day. And that's true. And you're up. And you're not up nominally more than me in the last few months, but you are up percentage-wise more than me. That I'll give you based on your ROI. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm looking at all the games. So I just bet Colorado and I threw it on here. Colorado at 275. Next, there's no line in these other games. Angels in Oakland. Angels minus 222 with Ohtani going.
Yeah, that's my number one pick.
Yeah. Says they cover 6-2. Waldichuk has a 6.18 ERA. So in this situation where I think that the Angels and everybody respects Ohtani and wants to give him the best stats they can, they're all going to be hunting to help him win this game. So I'll take the Angels minus something. I'll try to get the even. I'll take the -1.5 or even -2.5 in this situation because algorithm says they win by 4. And there's a reason they should want to. And it looks like they can hit Waldichuk. So yeah, I totally agree with you. So you're just going to bet the -222?
gonna include it in a round robin with at least one other team.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take them, let's call it -1.5, just to be reasonable. And I'll say that that line is -130, even though I don't know what it is. I'll look it up. So, all right, next game. Yankees in Texas says Yankees win 5-3. Domingo Herman is going. I know these games don't mean anything, I think. Yankees are -115 on the road. Judge want to hit 63rd homer, maybe? He's probably playing. I don't know if the lineups are confirmed on that. Let's look. Not confirmed. Yeah, they're going to play, of course. Try to get more home runs. He's playing. He's going to be swinging the bat. So, what do you do in this game? Nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm staying away from that game.
Yeah, I mean, algorithms basically it wants you to take a road team. I mean, it does have a 2.5 run margin of victory. Glenada, I don't know. I'll take the Yankees because the only thing I almost want to take Yankees team runs as a bet, but I'll take the Yankees to win because I think Judge is going to be trying to swing the bat. Somehow that tips this game in the Yankees' favor. I'm just going to go with that. But my instincts are miserable. St. Louis and Pittsburgh has no line. Toronto, Baltimore has no line. Says a higher scoring game in St. Louis, Pittsburgh. So I believe it's the over whenever that comes out, if that game's going and not rained out. Same thing with Toronto, Baltimore, a ton of runs. Mitch White can't pitch. Baltimore team runs if that's available, but there's no line. Minnesota and the White Sox. It says the White Sox barely by a run, 4-3, 5-4-ish. Barely favors them by margin. Not a lot of innings pitched for Louis Varland on Minnesota. I guess you stayed away from this game, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what to bet there. Which means the algorithm's going to predict that score exactly, by the way. I think actually it says over. There's an over of 7.5. Could be 4-3 game though. Never mind. I'm just going to skip it. Cincinnati and the Cubs. Cincinnati and the Cubs. 5-2 Cubs. Cubs have been getting butt rummed by Cincinnati all series though here. I think I had them twice and they lost. What'd you do here? Nothing?
No, stay away from it.
Figured. Me too, kind of. Kansas City, Cleveland, 6-4. I have a feeling you bet this game. Did you bet Cleveland? Or are you going to? No.
I did yesterday, but I'm not betting them today because Cleveland's pitcher looks pretty bad.
Savali's 4-6. His whip is better than Jonathan Heasley, but the big factor here is that the bullpen factor for Kansas City is miserable, and the bullpen factor for Cleveland is better. And they're at home, and that's one I figured you would bet. And the algorithm has that as the 7th pick of the day. It has an MXP factor on that game of 12, so it's not quite 20. There's only one game with a 20 MXP factor, which is the Dodgers, and of course I bet Colorado because that's the way I roll. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna take Cleveland here at home to win because I just feel like that's a solid pick. I'm not gonna take the line there because it's tough for them to win by more than one at home sometimes. But I will put that on there because I think that Cleveland wins that game. But my instincts are terrible. But the algorithm agrees with all that too, so that's fine. Tampa Bay and Boston. Boston 8-5. What? Josh Fleming's got a 6.23 ERA, and Boston has a terrible bullpen ERA factor. So once they get through Pivetta, Tampa Bay scores more runs. The over/under set at 8. If the weather's conducive to the ball going out, which it might not be, I don't care actually. Well, whatever. Boston's supposed to crush this game at -140. That's what I'm taking. What are you doing? Taking Boston then?
Staying away from it.
Really? Okay. Next, Detroit and Seattle. I feel like you're taking Seattle.
No, I'm not betting that game.
5-4 Seattle -145. I'm taking Seattle. It's the 8th pick of the day. I'm putting them on there. Next, San Francisco, San Diego, 6-3 San Diego. No line, can't bet it. Washington Mets, can't bet it. Philly Houston. Houston 5-3. Framber Valdez is good. Bailey Falter is also pretty good. Houston Lions -180, but does say they win by over 2 runs. You taking Houston?
Yeah, I like Houston on a parlay with the Angels, and so I think those are my top 2 picks, and I might throw the Dodgers -1.5, and there's a third. I'm waiting to see if lines come out for the Mets game or the Braves game, because those are matchups that I like if there's a good pitcher going for either of those teams.
Yeah, totally. If Houston plays, I'll tell you what, Philadelphia, the Phillies are the exact opposite of the Eagles in football. The Phillies, when I was in Philadelphia, I was listening to the radio and they're like, yeah, I'm in a great mood because the Eagles, but I'm in a bad mood because the Phillies just got swept last week. And that was like two weeks ago. And they've been getting swept, I think, over and over again. I wasn't even close last night. Like Houston seems like a solid bet because just things are not looking up in Philadelphia, and this game's in Houston anyway. So I'm taking Houston to win. I won't take them -1.5. I'll take them to win there. Arizona Milwaukee says it's 4-3 Milwaukee. 2 good pitchers. Very, very close game here, which means Arizona +1.5 is actually what I'm going to take. Really cutting it close, but yeah, I'm okay with that. It's a bet you win more than you think when you get the 1.5 on the road in a close game. And that's probably going to be like -115 or something. Maybe -125 actually. All right. So I've got my 8 picks. There's the Colorado Dodger game, which we kind of discussed already. And that was everything else. So I think you named like 2 or 3 games and you're waiting on some games. You're taking Houston.
Houston and the Angels.
And the Angels. So you're taking a team on the road, which violates a lot of what you used to do. But you're okay taking a team on the road now. You used to only take teams at home. And you don't want to mess with any over-unders because that's nonsense. And you don't want to take Boston for some reason. Because you think Nick Pivetta is not good enough.
Yeah, Tampa has a record, and Nick Pivetta's record is below 500.
10-12 though. It's got 10 wins. His team sucks. That's what I said. Their bullpen sucks. So yeah, you almost want to take them in the first 5 innings or something. Is a smarter play. Because
he's not even the Red Sox best pitcher. Don't they have some other guy who went 11-2 or something?
I can look. You want to know Boston pitchers and how they went? Boston pitchers from this year. Looks like in terms of wins, they got, Michael Wacha's 11-2. Good call. Waka. He's a winner. So yeah, I guess you're saying that makes Pivetta look worse because Waka did so much better.
Yeah, I mean, being on a bad team and having bad bullpen support is one thing, but like somebody else, another pitcher on that team has managed to get through that.
The algorithms, the margin on the game is only 2%. Like this is me being stupid, like just not reading the board. Like they're way at the bottom. So I mean, we're good to have passed over a bunch of things here. Passing over Boston. I should actually take Boston off my pick. I should listen. So Boston's coming off here. You've convinced me. The Arizona +1.5, team +1.5 on the road in a close game. That's my sneaky baseball bet that wins a lot. I think that they're good. And all right, so Houston, staying away from Seattle and Cleveland is kind of where I'm thinking you're being really too hesitant because they seem like right up your alley. Home teams playing against bad teams that are okay. Like there's a lot of reasons that empirically they win those games.
Yeah, so, I like those matchups team-wise, but I don't like the pitching matchups because both of those teams have better records, better sending.
The Cleveland one is supposedly a little better at an MXP factor of 12. Yeah, I mean, Houston is an outlier down here with a higher MXP factor. That's why it's screaming play that game. There's no line here. There's no lines on these games. So all right, well that's enough. I got to run and do other stuff, but that's cool. Good insight and yeah. I mean, what kind of bet can be made out of this real quick? A $12 bet pays 186 bucks evenly distributed, so it's about 14 to 1. If you hit all these, you got to hit the Rockies though. What if you lose the Rockies and the Dodgers win? You still win 38 bucks, 2.2 to 1 on a lot of favorites here. All right, so that's my picks. Good luck, everybody. The Wolfman, we'll see if he has another perfect day. We're gonna set him up, see if he does. Good luck, everyone. Mail your picks. Be winning.